greatest things in the world, food and eating. And if you ever get shit messed up with your stomach, GI problem. That's horrible. I mean, that's horrible. I try to eat at least once a day. You use that stuff all the time. It ruins your life. I had a problem a couple months ago. I don't know exactly what was medically wrong with me, but I'll give you like the layman's explanation. What happened is that my stomach became like an exclusive nightclub for food. And it instructed the sphincter at the top of my stomach, like, hey, make sure there's always a line outside so people know that this place is really great. So food was just kind of hanging out in my esophagus, and after about 30 minutes of that, some of the food would be like, screw this, I didn't put on heels to stand in line, we're going to Denny's.
Thank you.
And then it would leak through my mouth. It was very exciting, man. And in this story, Denny's is whatever garbage can I was holding, or in one case, an actual carafe of orange juice at Denny's. Yes. It's a sad story. That sucks when that happens, though. It was really bad, and I was like, I should probably get this checked out. It was happening for like a week, and I'm thinking like, I gotta be proactive. I always like to take care of this stuff right away. So I'm throwing up every day. What should I do? Bam, I'm gonna become a model. All right? That was the first thing I decided. Straight up. I did some research. Turns out you can't barf your way to better bone structure. All right? Tough. And then I was like, okay, plan B. I will only eat things that taste good both directions. But after a week of strawberry ice cream sandwiches, I had to pull the plug on that plan. That's bad. After a week of strawberry ice cream sandwiches, when you're eating and you notice that after like a week that you're sweating because you're eating, that's a bad sign, you know? Hitting your target heart rate, very good. Hitting your target heart rate because you're eating, very bad. Yeah, you don't want to go that route. So I'm like, all right, I'll get this checked out, I guess. And I'm going to call the doctor. I don't like calling the doctor. I have like pretty crappy health insurance. You guys have good health insurance or bad health insurance? Or any? Bad, yeah, it's all crappy, right? I have like catastrophic coverage. What they call it, if I need coverage, it's a catastrophe. It's horrible, yeah. It's like basically everything up to the point where I die, I pay everything. After that, they pick up 10%. It's great. It's a sweet deal. I pay $50 a month for that. It's really useful. If I get decapitated, like my family gets $10. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah. Look it up online. It's good stuff. Man. I'm like, all right, I'll go. And I just called I looked it up like, yo, gastroenterologist. That's what you need, right? For like, yeah, that's what you need, right? You just look it up. So I called them, and have you ever tried to get an appointment at a doctor like a specialist without a referral? They give you an attitude, right? Yeah, they get in your face about it. Then one was like, oh, I need to see a gastroenterologist. Like, well, why do you need to see one? I'm like, well, I'm having a problem with my throat. Well, how do you know you're having a problem with your throat? You know? Well, I'm throwing up every day, and I call my podiatrist, but he's busy, you know? He's, what am I going to do, you know? She's like, well, do you have a referral? Yeah, his name is Dr. Google. I typed in gastroenterologist with vision receptionist. You were the first one that came up. It's awesome. Yeah. So I got to get an appointment. Yeah, I got Dr. Google. He's very good. He makes house calls. He doesn't care if you show up at 3 in the morning. You know. You been drinking? Yeah, it's okay. Dr. Google doesn't judge you. You know. Doesn't always diagnose right. One time he told me I had feline AIDS, but you know, Dr. Google. The price is right. But I had to make an appointment. I'm talking like December, and I'm like, yeah, I'm throwing up every day. I need to make an appointment. Just like, well, we have something open the first week of June. First week of June. Well, okay, I didn't go to medical school, but I'm pretty sure if I'm throwing up every day, that's not going to work for me because I'll be dead by March. Do you have anything sooner? You know? Yeah, so but I got lucky because like someone else was waiting for an appointment died, so they gave me a slot. Like I'm in, and I go in, and you're like, oh, this is it. These must be. If he's booked for 6 months. So I don't think this is going to be like a 17-hour exam. You know, he's going to be kicking the tires, like full bot everything. And the guy comes in and he talks to me for about 3.5 seconds, and he's like, okay, we're done. I want to shove a camera down your throat. And I'm like, that's cool. I've never had a camera inside my body voluntarily, and I was really looking forward to it. You know, I was like, this is going to be pretty cool. You know. I'm like, how much do you think that would cost? And he's like, well, it's going to cost you $2,000. And I said, well, I think I'll just walk this off then. How's that sound? Yeah. $2,000. As soon as he said the number, I threw up in it. immediately. You know, I feel better. It's all out of my system now. I'm cool. $2,000. That's like, you know, the second you had that done, the second you did it, they would invent something that plugs in your computer that you can do it yourself, and it would cost like $3. USB compatible throat camera.